Alright guys, last hour or so on hockey Twitter was absolutely insane. If you somehow haven't heard, probably the biggest in-season trade just happened since like Joe Thornton going from the Boston Bruins to the San Jose Sharks, and it's Mikko Rantanen getting traded by the Avs to the Carolina Hurricanes. They also picked up Taylor Hall from Chicago, as Chicago was like the middleman to retain half of Rantanen's contract. The Avs get back Martin Necas, Jack Drury, a second and a fourth round pick. Obviously, Martin Necas is a very good player, but he's no Mikko Rantanen. Like, my initial thoughts here, even if Carolina can't re-sign Rantanen and he walks this summer, they're still getting the best player by far. If you guys haven't been keeping up with the stats, he's currently 6th in the NHL scoring. I know Necas was actually leading the league in points the first month or so, and because of that, he's actually still top 10, but Rantanen's definitely the better player. Over the past 5 seasons, only 3 guys have more points than him. Connor McDavid, Nathan MacKinnon, Leon Draisaitl. I mean, you got 3, like, franchise players there. Mikko Rantanen is very, very, very good. I had some Canucks people on Twitter telling me JT Miller and Patterson were better. I gotta tell you, you are wrong. And I gotta also give a shout out, guys, to the Carolina Hurricanes GM, Eric Tulsky. His first year as GM, making, like I said, probably the biggest trade we've seen during the season since Joe Thornton going from Boston to San Jose. So we're gonna start off here, guys, trying to trade for Mikko Rantanen. I already know there's no way it happens. Like, his trade value there is almost at the max. Like I said, he's a top 10 player in the NHL. Some people probably make the argument for top 5. In game, you can see 94 overall. Already have his salary cut in half there at 4.6. He's a first-line player, franchise potential, sniper. Again, like, what else is there to say about this guy? 104 last year, 105 the year before that. Obviously, he does play with Nathan MacKinnon. McCarr's, you know, on his team too. But I saw a stat that actually shows Rantanen averages over a point per game, even when playing without MacKinnon. So, like, it's not just Nathan MacKinnon. And again, I don't think the Avs are going to go for this one. So, Martin Necas, they do want. He's got elite potential there. He's only 25, still getting better. 88 overall. Again, you know, Necas did have a crazy hot start to the year. Jack Drury as well is a solid, you know, bottom 6 centerman, and I think the Avs could use some depth. So Drury here, 24.79, making 1.7 for the next 2 years. They want him as well. 2nd round pick this year, 4th round pick next year. I mean, I don't think the Avs are going to say yes. The value is maybe half on our side. I should mention to you guys, this is at medium difficulty. And yeah, the Avs do reject. And now next year, guys, we'll try the Taylor Hall trade. So again, the Blackhawks not only give up Hall, but they also retain half of Rantanen's contract, which the normal price for that is a 3rd round pick. The fact that they're only getting a 3rd round pick back plus giving up Taylor Hall is pretty crazy. And they're doing it like a month before the deadline. So it's like even, you know, longer. They're actually, you know, retaining that money. We'll see what they say here. It looks like Hall's got double the value. And yeah, the Blackhawks also reject. So in-game, EA feels like the Carolina Hurricanes won both these trades, and I agree. And now next year, guys, we're trying the Taylor Hall trade from the Blackhawks perspective. I'm like 99% sure this is a yes. Hurricanes want Hall. 3rd round picks on the block. Hall's got like double the value. And yeah, easy accept from them. And now next year, guys, you get your first look at Taylor Hall as a member of the Carolina Hurricanes. I feel like it looks okay. I saw some tweet that said this is actually Taylor Hall's 9th NHL team, which is the most NHL teams the first overall picks played for since Roman Hamrlik, who was drafted in 1992. So pretty crazy how much Halsey's moved around, you know, the past 4 or 5 years. I'm hoping, though, you know, for his sake, the Carolina Hurricanes go on a deep run, because I don't think he's made it past 2nd in the playoffs in his career. And now next year, guys, we're trying to trade from the Avs perspective, but first I actually wanted to simulate 2 today in real life, January 24th. As you can see, the Avs are crushing it, 33, 13, and 3, a lot of 3s there. 1st in the Central Division. The Carolina Hurricanes are 2nd there in the Metro. So the reason I wanted to do this was actually, you know, keep simulating after we make the trade and, you know, see how these players do on their new teams. I'm also curious to see how they're both performing right now. Is, you know, Rantanen absolutely tearing it up? Is Necas? Let's take a look. So in real life, Rantanen has 64 points right now, and in game he has... He's not doing too bad. He's got 55. So, I mean, he's 9 points off the pace. Again, that's not too bad, though. So, we'll add him to the trade. Obviously, Carolina wants him. It would be kind of dumb. Yeah, pretty much, I guess the Red Wings and the Oilers don't, but most teams want him. I feel like if you're contending, you want him. And now Martin Necas here, not on the block. Let's see, right now in real life, he's got 55 points. And in-game, I think he also has, oh no, he's got 53. I can't do math, but okay. Honestly, they're both pretty close. And now again, guys, with him, we're going to be adding Jack Drury. I already know, like, the Carolina GM cannot believe what we're about to offer to him. Obviously, in his mind, he's going to be re-signing Mikko Rantanen. In real life, I think there's a really good chance Rantanen just, you know, tests the open market and tries to get paid, which is probably why the Avs traded him. They knew he was going to try and get max dollar. So unless the Carolina Hurricanes can, you know, convince him that he won't get a better offer than theirs, then maybe he'll actually resign. But like I said, even if he doesn't, I love this trade for him. Necas could have walked, you know, a year from now. Rantanen gives them a better chance at Stanley Cup this year. Jack Drury is a depth player, a 2nd to 4th round pick. Like I said, the ball's in the new GM to pull off this trade. Value there is double, if not more, on our side. Let's see what they say. And yeah, as everyone expected, the Carolina Hurricanes definitely say yes. And now after that trade, guys, see what the Avs lines might look like. We got Duran, McKinnon, and Necas on the top line, with Nichushkin, Middlestat, and Lehkonen on the second, Wood, Colton O'Connor on the third, then Kelly, Drury, and Ivan on the fourth. So obviously, you know, trading one player for two adds some depth, especially if they're healthy, but you are losing the best player in the trade. Defensively, I mean, Taves McCarr is the best, you know, D pair in the NHL, in my opinion. Manson Girards as well is a very solid second pair. The bomb D pair, Shillington, Malinsky's not the greatest. We'll see if they can maybe add a bomb pair D-man. And then Blackwood and Wedgwood have both been great for the Avs since they traded for him. Honestly, we probably have to boost Blackwood's rating now. The last time we did his rating was before he got traded, and he's played incredible since getting to Colorado. I should show you guys the Carolina Hurricane lines too. Obviously, this is the AI coach deciding these, but I'm curious. So they're going top heavy. Svech, Aho, Rantanen on that first line. And if you guys didn't know, Rantanen and Aho are both finished. They've actually played together before, so I do see those two, you know, playing together on that top line. They got Jarvis on the second with Stahl and Hull. So I mean, they bring in two top six players. They only lose one because Drury, of course, was in the bottom six. Kokaniemi, Frank Saravelli said was traded, then he took it back, which is pretty funny. Third line's still decent. Fourth line's not bad. Defensively, definitely no worries there. I think the Hurricanes might have the best top six unit in the league. And then goaltending, of course, Anderson just got back healthy. Kochka's been playing well, so I think the Hurricanes are an absolute force now. Like, come on, that top line's so deadly. So, gonna send the rest of the season plus the playoffs and, you know, see which team ends up being better this year. Also, guys, I almost forgot, but right here's your first look at Martin Necas as a member of the Colorado Avalanche. Honestly, I don't think it looks too bad. 88 there, Necas. We'll see whether or not he actually sticks around longer than, you know, this season and next. And, of course, the big one here, guys, Mikko Rantanen, now the highest rated player on the Carolina Hurricanes. Like, without a doubt, he's the best player on their team now. And they didn't really have to give up that much because, of course, of that expiring contract. Rantanen on the Carolina Hurricanes. It doesn't look as weird as I thought it would. 96 Rantanen there. Wow.
Wow.
Now, you can't make this up, guys. I simmed through the regular season up to the playoffs, and look at this. The Avalanche are currently in Game 7 of the Western Conference Final, and the Carolina Hurricanes are in Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Final. So, if they both win, they're playing each other. Imagine the drama, imagine the scenes if Rantanen was going up against his old team in the Cup Final. And the Avs blow it. They lose the Oilers in 7. Unreal. Rantanen, though, makes it through with the Carolina Hurricanes. And look at that, guys. The Carolina Hurricanes do end up winning the Stanley Cup. That is crazy. I already thought they won this trade, even if they don't win the Cup. As long as they make it past, like, the first round, I would say it was definitely worth the risk. But winning the Cup, it's like a no-brainer, slam dunk. They win this deal. And I want to take a quick look at the standings. So the Avs ended up finishing 5th in the entire NHL. Hurricanes 9th. So the Avs actually were higher in the regular season, but of course, Stanley Cups wouldn't matter. I can't believe the Hurricanes did it done. Let's see, Necas there, 85 points, 82 games. So he finished over a point per game. With the Hurricanes, he had 53. With the Avs, he had 32. So pretty much similar production. That first line, though, was actually a -7. And then the Carolina Hurricanes, guys, you actually had Aho leading the way in points, followed by Rantanen there with 86. And let's see, he had 55 with the Avs, 31 with the Carolina Hurricanes. So we did slow down a bit, which makes sense, not playing there with McKinnon. And now look at the playoff stats, was arguably more important. You had Martin Necas there, over a point per game. Shout out to Cale Makar. He had 25 and 15. I say it every single sim video. He's an absolute cheat code. And then Aho 25, Rantanen 24, 12 goals. I mean, Rantanen might take home the Conn Smythe. I don't think so, but you never know. Quick look, guys, at the playoff tree. So, Avs swept the Wild. They swept the Stars. They were undefeated before they lost to 7 to the Oilers. Hurricanes swept the Penguins, beat the Rangers in 6, Bruins in 7, and then swept the Oilers. Wow. So, a pretty crazy playoff run for them. Obviously, taking home that Stanley Cup there. Individual awards here. We'll see if, you know, either team got one. Makar, James Norris. Really no surprise. Conn Smythe goes to Aho. It'd be crazy if Rantanen won that after being traded. Again, shades of Joe Thornton. Like, Thornton, of course, won the Art Ross Trophy after getting traded. It'd be crazy, I think, if Rantanen won the Maurice Richard. He does have a chance to still do that. He'd have to definitely pick it up a bit here to pass Draisaitl, but there is a chance. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. I had a lot of fun with it. I should say, too, like, Twitter was honestly so insane. After all these trades went down and everything, Frank Saravelli put out a tweet saying that he had an impeccable source saying that this was not the biggest trade discussed in the past 48 hours, which immediately made me think of Sidney Crosby to the Avalanche, as I can't think of any other bigger name that could potentially be moved. And then like 5 minutes later, Kevin Weeks tweeted out a picture of the Pittsburgh skyline. So if Crosby ends up in Colorado after all this, that would just make this all even crazier. But I'm gonna end the video here, guys. As always, let me know in the comment section who you think won the trade. Leave a thumbs up if you haven't yet. Subscribe as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.